Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
All right, and you?
Not too bad. How is it going so far?
Yo, I don't even know whether I'm coming or I'm going.
You are not seeing any light.
Sorry?
You are not seeing any light.
I can see the light, but for now, there's so much I need to go down. That's the problem.
Oh, that's
there are a lot of people that are interested, and that's giving me a lot of hope.
Okay, let's. So what is the agenda for today?
Yeah. Let me just tell people that already. Someone's coming in. Yes, I do. Hi, Tapwa.
Hi, how are you?
All right, thank you.
I'm all right.
I think I missed your name.
Good evening.
Oh, I am my dear. Zurufamba. Everything is all right. It's just our year end, so it's a bit hectic.
Oh, your ends of June.
Yes, correct.
And how is the last quarter like?
It's pretty tough, but I'm almost there.
Okay. That's good. So yes. I mean I was trying to get anything out of it.
Sorry?
You read the heads of argument.
Yes, I did. I was actually still busy reading. It's very interesting.
Is it?
Yeah. Did you write that on your own, Seguro?
I wrote on my own.
Yeah, I know. It's proper professional. Yeah, I know. It's with the whole legal writing as well.
We have to imagine you go to a lawyer and you find the lawyer you don't even know where to start.
That's true, eh?
Yeah, now we have Calvin. So Janet, you want to take the lead?
Yes, please.
All right. So let's hear from you.
All right. Good evening, guys. Hi, Kevin.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. Good. Okay, what's going on is the thing is it seemed like an agent meeting, of which if it seems that way to you, I'm a bit sorry, because people are pressuring me, they need payment systems, they need contracts. So I thought the faster we can do this, the better, right? So what's on the agenda for today is I feel it's something that's important to discuss, the general group conduct for starters, right? And then defining the initiative. I think it's still not clear to a lot of people. And then we've got the invoice and receipt that was put on the group earlier. And then there's the contract agreement that I put earlier as well. And then payment systems, because I noticed there's still a bit of issues in terms of charges. And then there's the marketing when we are going to call Mr. Leo. And then finally, any other business. I don't know, what do you guys think for now?
Maybe it's just to explain when you say a contract, the idea is we build a community, and that community has got a subscription because you need connectivity, you need people who work like what you guys are doing. And sometimes there is no remuneration for it. And sometimes the people who are closest to you are most cynical people. They don't trust anybody. So if you are the voice of something, people would follow you and your lead. What is this about? I said it's about communities that we can construct on our own. And what are the difficulties of building communities? One is the reason to be in the community. What are the possible reasons to belong to the community?
All right.
And if you can answer it yourself with your personal experiences of what have happened to you, now you know Calvin. You would never have known him. Wait for this idea. So you think and say, I'm already benefiting because today I got a brother in the UK that I'm working with. Then second, visibility, your visibility is not around you, it's around building something. So don't get concerned when people come in WhatsApp group, because most of the WhatsApp groups is about arguments, talking about politics, talking about who is this, who is that. It's not about building anything. Then, thirdly, people want to be led. They refer to somebody to lead. What Sisu John Rhodes called was, he called it society of the elites. That those who lead or expected to lead fail to lead. It means the hope for those who want to be led is gone. It doesn't mean you are leading people, but people just look up to somebody. And that's the general behavior. Then you now have the algorithm and say, how do we build connectivity so that we talk to each other? And we build content like this. I was talking to my cousin earlier on. There's a website that we are working on, which has got an e-commerce enablement and zone for energy. I think I showed one of the days. So we want to migrate from WhatsApp into a platform that allows you to sell yourself, sell products, do other things. But you have to register on the website. Then you and then output on Facebook, on Twitter, and that's part of this radio thing. When we say radio, it means our conversation that we're having, the four of us, is not happening because nobody knows about it. So whatever we do, and that is private, it doesn't inspire anybody, doesn't provoke somebody. But sometimes when they see the four of us talking like this, say, what is it all about? They will contact you to say, I want to know what you're talking about. So that's one side on the architecture of community building. Then funding side, if I appoint you to be a missionary, when you collect money, you send it to Rome. But it doesn't mean you send everything to Rome. You need money to administer the church where you are, where the volume is. So if you have a congregation of 1,000, it means you can mobilize money at the local level. So if you are in the UK and you take the view that I am the face of this, it doesn't mean you are doing it for somebody else. Administratively, you are there. So if I collect money in the UK, we can give you the payment platforms, but it ceases to be personal. Because we promote the reps so that they become community leaders rather than money on its own. Because I can have an algorithm to collect money. After I collect money, I don't know who to ask. Some even are afraid to talk to me or to ask me. Some they ask myself, when I expose what I don't know. So there is a reluctance to ask questions and to be stupid. Most people want to be smart even on things they're not smart about. So we are saying you become the face of it. And if a person pays money to you and you don't pay it, it means on our records we won't have that person.
Yeah.
And if Norondo Yacho, the person still has to come to the person they paid money. So you come to Calvin and say, Calvin, what happened to my money? Because on the database that we have, I don't see myself being recognized as part of this community. Because it happens that you can pay somebody and the child, they eat the money. But we can then know who it is and credential and train people. That money that is not yours, please give it to the person in whose name the cause is. So that we can move forward. So the payment system is around people. I'd rather have someone says I got 20 people per week that I have been able to activate, but we use radio to activate. Janet, Calvin, we now feature you on radio. That time is more important because it gives a face and also it gives a voice when a person has got a problem. And you are learning a lot of things about human behavior. What is it that makes human being do this or that? So that's on the payment side. If I'm in the UK, I'll collect money in the UK. If I'm in America, that's what this EcoCash is all about. When they are talking about EcoCash agents, you know what they're talking about? Human beings who are at the core face. And that agent network, you don't need brick and mortar. You don't need to have a bank. They pay nothing. You have your own house or your own store. You become the agent. And that is the most effective democracy we have. And we recognize the people who are in.
I seem to be having a bad connection. so I'm constantly losing.
Yes. You can't hear me.
But no, I'm losing connection now and then.
Oh, okay. I don't know whether Calvin you can hear and Tapua.
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah.
I can hear.
Maybe it's Janet. But she can always follow. We send her the video and she can follow where she hasn't been able to touch. So she raised, those are the questions we have. And when someone shares what they've done, even just the fact that I'm a representative, it means, Calvin, they say, what are you representing? I'm now asking you, what does it mean to represent? It means I can't represent the country because it's too big. Even me, I can't represent Johannesburg. It's too big. I can't even understand what Joburg is. But I live in Johannesburg. And the people I know are not very many in Joburg. Some people who you surprise me, they say they know me and I don't remember them. That's because they saw me on a video.
Sorry, sir. I think
so that is the thinking I had. So that we work together. I'll show you the platform. We'll ask the guy who developed it for you to see the platform that we are talking about.
Okay.
And then how you can load your own videos, how you can load your own pictures, how you can load your own content. So that we just take a small portion of 5 minutes of it, 1 minute of it. We don't, and you keep the rest in your library. But you have the ability to keep that content for yourself.
Okay, because I was losing communication a bit. You find I might have lost some things. Most likely maybe we're going to discuss them later, I don't know. But anyway, I was thinking that we can just progress.
So let's progress, but you see what the answers I've given to the question that you raised.
Oh, okay. Okay. For starters, I feel that there's still need for us to define the group conduct. But it seems like people are not very clear how to conduct. They still throw things they don't understand. Some they come in. I think there's a bit of need for some rules. I don't know what you guys think.
But what we are saying is we want to migrate out of WhatsApp.
Also, I'm saying it doesn't matter either way.
Because that shows you the level of maturity that we have to build serious things.
Oh, okay.
Would you
so
want to stop a dog barking? You remove some people when you are angry, just remove him.
True. Okay, so which means we don't need to worry about that one then.
No, we worry about it, but when you are worried about content, remove it and show the content that you want. But some people want to remove others, but they share nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can stop somebody to do what they want. If I want to show that this group is alive and well, I have to put the content. Oh, Calvin, today he tried to send money to South Africa, and this is what happened. Just a simple story. Because I want people to, you remember, I told you that whatever we're discussing in that other, I sent it to Tapua. Tapua came into the group. But Tapua didn't know anything about those rapes. You know that?
Yes.
And his wife is selling gas. So she wants to be able to be e-commerce to get a group of people that she can conduct and talk about gas issues and how to procure it. What price are you getting? How can I optimize? But she can't do that because we ourselves, but if Tapua says I'm a rep, it means he will recruit his wife himself. He knows how to talk to her. Because these people take each other for lunch, but they never ask, what is the lunch for? What is the benefit to me? But when it comes to 500 Rand, can you imagine?
Okay.
People start asking for contracts for 500 Rand, for goodness sake. If I'm going to ask for a contract for 500 Rand, then what more when it's a 1,000? Imagine I go and sign a contract with the pastor.
Yes, sir. So what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that as we build up this process, we know that there is like a church. If you and your husband decide to start a church, what do you have to be good at? Just focus on the things that you are doing. Don't worry about the congregation coming to nothing. Just do the little things that you can do. What Janet you are doing and Calvin you are doing, it's remarkable. It encourages us to support you. But if you do nothing and then you ask for money from people, it's like earlier on I was talking to Wi-Fi. He says, no, we should charge 500 Rand per month. I said, then you are a prisoner for 500 Rand. What are you going to do for them? Somebody is looking, is sick, he says, I'm sick. What is the community doing for me? How many people blame government? It's their own government. What has it done for me? Instead of us having a voice to say, it's our government, guys. It's our project. How many do you say it's a ZANU-PF government? And people are angry with me every day. I said, where is Mr. or Miss ZANU-PF? I'm looking for him. Well, I want to talk to him. How come he becomes more popular than anything else? But people genuinely believe that there's a ZANU-PF influence in people's behaviors. But if you focus on the things that you are doing, admin issues, simple things, when I receive the money, how do I acknowledge it? How do I know that my money is gone where it's supposed to go? How do I monitor that? If I pay to you every week, you do a return. Then you send the money and you keep the money during the week so that you build a float so that you can then send the money in one go, one transaction, rather than have 30 transactions to assist the bank.
All right.
I go to MoneyGram, they charge me.
Okay.
I go to Western Union, they charge me. So if we are a community, why can't we find alternative payment? Because we're a family. I was talking to Tanganda Tea. They are selling tea here. They have a show on the radio. So I said, why can't you sell tea at a price to us? That makes sense. They said, no problem. Where is the traffic? At home, we can get cheaper things because we are organized. And save money without crossing borders. You know, Janet. You know how you do it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can, as long as you have one person who needs Zim dollars, another who needs dollars, US dollars. Once they pay to us, we send a notification for you to release the money. But because we are a community, it's not regulated. It's like a pastor. When you give money to a pastor, you can't tax it. You can't regulate it.
Yeah.
But the moment you become a business, you have to comply with the rules. Because we can set up our own rules, as you are saying. Once we know the people, we can give the rules that if I transfer money to someone across the border, it's not a transfer. Like you pay school fees for your children. Is it a loan? No.
All right.
So that is what the future of the world is all about. You find that Microsoft is already in many other businesses. But tomorrow, you find the payment gateways, whether it's Samsung gateway, whether it's Apple Pay, whether it's Alipay, that's where it's going. And they are pushing for communities. Just follow Akabek, what he's talking about. He's talking about moving from connections to communities.
Just to say, from the UK, that's what I'm just thinking from where you're coming from. From the UK, we can use PayPal because PayPal can transfer automatically to South Africa. You keep it in the PayPal account. If you've got 1,000 or whatever amount, or 5,000 or 10,000, you can then transfer it to the bank. And the PayPal account in South Africa can be linked to the APSA account. So transferring over here into a PayPal account, it's easier.
No, we have all those payment gateways.
That's another way.
We have the payment gateway. But we didn't want to introduce first until we get to understand what we're trying to do.
Okay.
So that's why we're saying you are a representative. You keep the money and send it by PayPal and we give you the gateway.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But you must know the people that are paying rather than us dealing with them when we are remote.
Yeah. But my idea first was to understand. I send my payment first to understand the payment system. So that's when I want to send the payment, So when I want to send for the rest of the people, I understand the system that this is the much better way of doing it. And as a community, we are using this system.
No, in fact,
so it's exploring
the website, Calvin. You will be one of the persons to test it and to test payments so that we know that our platform works.
Okay.
But we will introduce you to that because right now we're just trying to do, like when you become a general, you must be a soldier first. We don't want to rush and to look at technology when we don't have people.
Yes. that brings the other question of, sister raised another question earlier, that we need to have some, I suppose, I cannot say rules, but to have some, what we stand for, so to define ourselves. So because I've been pulling in people, but they're coming out because they do not, they don't get it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm convinced.
You know why we did it? That let's say we just set up a group, a platform, but the fact that people are coming in and out, that's why we need representatives to arm them with correct information. I don't have the correct answers, but we can negotiate. Like yesterday, we were talking about radio. Janet was saying, no, that's not my understanding of radio. But every second we are improving our understanding. So it may take us.
But say, I think. Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, I think what Stephen is saying, you find when people get into the group, a lot of groups, they've got an icon or a description page. So, and a lot of those groups, they're using that particular portion to just define something, put a few rules, and people try to abide by that. As an entry point, as just an entry point.
You can do it and say, let me be the admin. What I found is most people, when you look at human behavior and say, what would make someone go in and leave? They don't see you, Janet, being proud of the things that you're doing. Let's say I'm the first doctor in a village and I'm stupid. Yeah. Nobody else would want to be a doctor.
That's possibly true, sir, but you find the moment we're just trying to, what I'm saying is, at least the moment that somebody steps in, right, they should just have a general idea. Then I'll get in there and explain it to them. But the moment they step in, they should at least know what's kind of going on. What
that's what we put. That's
they
what
might get disappointed too. Sorry?
We're trying to put on the website to say, let's
no, but for now.
For now, do you worry whether people come or leave?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then you are worrying about the least important thing. Because if I'm in a train and the dog is barking, I don't have to stop the car because I know where I'm going myself. Some people will leave you today, tomorrow they'll join you because they've seen what you're doing. But
the thing is, I think they're leaving because they don't understand. I think this is something that will appeal to more people if only they understood. If only we could just give them a bit of an understanding.
But
because it might.
I'm saying is, you know what Michael Jackson told me? He said, I'm an instrument of nature.
All right.
He meant that if I do the things I'm gifted for, and I do it well, I'll never worry about selling myself. Because I can't tell somebody to be like me. But
that's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, I'm saying right now what you're doing, Janet, focus on what you're doing to build the understanding of what needs it. Don't focus on selling too much. Focus on building the foundation so that those people who come, they can follow you for something that exists.
But say, you also understand my point that I'm trying to build a community. And the moment I'm trying to build a community, I want it to grow bigger. And the best way for it to grow bigger is if I can introduce myself right. So it doesn't make sense I'm trying to build a community, but I let people go. My point is the moment somebody steps in, at least they should know, they should have a general idea. Yes, with the moment they're in, I'll then guess with them with what I'm doing, right? But that makes my job easy.
Okay, that's what I was trying to tell you that, Janet, I think Tapu wanted to say something.
Yes. So I think one nice thing that that would work, I guess, I'm just shooting from the hip, is I listened to the Leo Mugabe conversation you had, Janet, and it's so phenomenal. He's got a brilliant idea, but I noticed 1 or 2 or 3 loopholes the database was talking about, and the Mouthpost other stuff about blockchain and all that. So it's a brilliant idea which he wants to grow, but they're missing pieces where people in the WhatsApp group can actually help him in a conference call like this. And I think setting up, let's say, a session on topics, for example, and just kicking off, you'll find that a crowd of people will just start joining because they're gaining a lot of info and insight with regards to, let's say, startups of a particular solution or business. Because there's 2 or 3 things I could help Leo with, but it's because it's a voice note, I was not able to do that during a Zoom call, for example.
And also, Janet, set up a number of institutions. And I remember when I set up First, I was one of the founders of First Bank, Zimbabwe.
All right.
And I said, no, let me go to America to encourage people in the diaspora to put money into it. Then I went to Botswana, then here with a number of conferences, workshops. I said, what I'm doing is for the, I don't want to talk to a client. No, I don't want to encourage people to come and bank with us. Let's focus on building the bank. When it's there, the people will be convinced by what I've done. But if I go and talk to him, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. All I was doing using radio, TV, I used to be on ZBC, just promoting the idea of banking, not to be angry with foreign banks. And that was the communication. Then I'm trying to negotiate with you not to be too anxious to sell something. Because what you do is the selling part. That's what I was saying to Leo. What you do is you can build all the algorithm. In Zimbabwe, why can't, if this was so easy, by now we'll have 30 banks. By now we have all these communities. How come today when you look at Zimbabwe, if you were to look at the media that supports community building, who do you see? And you look at the elders, where is that community? Because each one of them has their own ideas, their own highways. They will never agree to have one highway. That it helps all of us to be in one platform. So all I encourage you is be patient because you may discover that the people who are leaving, don't worry about them. If you want to have an exit poll, you can follow them up and say, I just wanted to know why you left. You get so many reasons why people come and leave. Secondly, when I set up even Facebook, most people who were skeptical were the educated people.
Okay.
And you know, they just said, Mawere, whatever you do, we are with you. The first day of the bank opening, we had a stampede to open accounts. People with higher education. They were still arguing in their own minds that it's not possible. Because first they said, I must be the executive chairman. I said, I don't want to sit on the board. So that was gone. Then even if I'm not on the board, people want to apply for loans from me. Because
I hear you.
So I'm just saying is don't worry at this stage. Let's worry about communicating what we're doing and what you are doing. Don't be frustrated by those who reject your idea. Because it's not your idea. Communities are part and parcel of human existence. If you look at mutuality, You look at credit union and look at how old these institutions are. Community banks, community insurance. And you find today with regulation, communities make you last longer because you are borderless already. Right now, borderless. But we are showing that we are borderless. We are current. But the only difference you said is don't put it live. That's why we would not go further, because that's what Tapua is saying. Just talk about the small issues like now. We just have 5 minutes. Kabi, just tell me, just casually. Janet, just tell me today, what did you do? Then you just describe what you did. You don't even have to worry too much.
I kind of disagree.
No, I'm saying is, don't worry about what other people are doing. Because you have now your own plate.
It's true, but let me say something. I understand what you're saying. You're saying, let's build the foundation, of which I totally agree, right? And people that are building the foundation, the structures, it's you and other people. And then for us, the representatives, you are giving us the platform to advance it. You are doing the background stuff. You are building the platform down, on the other side there that we can see. And us, we're supposed to build the community, let it grow, right? So when you are kind of, when you're saying we shouldn't worry about building it and let's focus on what you guys are already doing, I feel in the end, it doesn't really work for me. I don't know. Maybe people are not.
Okay, no, that's fine. If it doesn't work, that's fine. All I'm saying is that is good at following a way, because that's why we all are in a structure that there are people with different experiences. But the moment you are now saying your experience is the most important one, you're not negotiating it, this is the way to do it. I'm just trying to tell you that let's tell the story. I told you even yesterday, just write a small story in your own words. What your key points were, just 1 point, just don't focus on 20 points. Just 1 point out of that long conversation, and you pick it. Like Leo picked up the highway concept. What is a highway? Let's talk about building highways. But the highways that human beings can use, whether you are rich or poor, you are in the same highway. Whether you have a small car, big car, whatever, you are in the same highway. So if you are hurrying to get somewhere, then you can't be in the community because you know where you want to go. But there are many people who go so far, but they are going because they have not built a relationship with other people. Then we end up.
So you're saying we need to. So you're saying we need to build a relationship. Be patient.
That's right. Let's build the things that you're doing now. Just to first, the objective is simple, Janet. Simple that convert connections into communities.
Yes.
The C2C project, using radio as the broadcaster of what to provoke, ignite, inspire others to come along. And we have to do it so that others see what we are doing.
Okay.
And the next thing is that the more control you have on something, the less it moves. Because the moment you start picking on people who are going to help you, then you are already in the wrong path. Because the people you least expect to help you are the people who are going to help the project go further.
Yeah. Sorry, I was losing you a bit.
Yeah, so there is a problem of human beings selecting other human beings. If I was to build a country, would I build it on people I agree with? No.
I mean, you wouldn't, yes.
Yeah, but let's not have these toxic WhatsApp groups. They are closed loops. And then we judge the universe by the small little minds that we are congregating.
Okay.
The world is bigger than what I know. But if the world knows what I'm doing, they will come in as well. Some may come in, the skeptics will come the last minute. So if we agree that every day let's learn a lesson, community, go and Google yourself, Janet. Google the heritage of Old Mutual. Just who founded it? What was the pain that they were going through? How did they do it? Go and read the Santam Sanlam. Go and read the credit union. Just type credit union as a word. What is a union of people who can do savings, who can do loans? Type Stockville's. Churches, understand how churches are built, and tell me where the business plan is. And tell me whether the bank ever financed the church.
Okay.
Tell me where the front office shows what is a Roman Catholic church. What is it? It's a rules-based game, but they have the infrastructure. Imagine it's one of the global enterprises. It's a multinational corporation. They have facilities all over the world, but with one pope. Can you go to Rome to talk about a church to the pope, to the pope? No, that's not his job. His job is to broadcast. He's the radio himself. Every Sunday, he preaches to people down there. He will be somewhere up there.
Okay.
Remember, anyone he's talking to, that's broadcasting, that's a radio. Like what we are doing, we're doing radio. Because when we are talking to people who don't talk to us, it's broadcasting. But in our nation, someone will pick up something.
All right. All right.
And they say, who do I go to? Then Jesus, 12 disciples, says, go to any. One message. Because we are spending time on it.
Okay.
Do it consistently, Janet. After a week, you tell me the results.
All right. I think I'm going to have to learn to be patient, like what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a learning. That the successful countries were not there. People come to Dubai, come to Dubai, come to Dubai. My friend, it's a desert, it's hot. Yeah, but all they did was, if you come to Dubai and you build it's your house. We don't give you citizenship, but we give you rights that you require to live and make your life worthwhile. When you want to leave Dubai, you can leave your house, someone will stay in it. How many people want to be buried in their own houses? Because they don't want to leave their house. Even ride sharing, just imagine, I don't have a car, I don't need a car. 90% of the time I'm not driving it. Then I have 3 cars. What am I going to do with 3? I can't be in 3 cars at one go. And that is a wasting asset.
Okay, so to summarize what you are saying is that we need to build the foundation.
That's right. Hello?
Yeah.
I think
Janet is frozen a bit.
Hello?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear?
Yeah, we lost you when you said building foundation. That was the last thing you said.
Okay, she's still frozen. Tapu, I don't know whether it makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. It really makes 100% sense. Because, I mean, the crowd will come what we need to focus on is getting that momentum and getting what we want to talk about going forward, just to start scheduling them.
That's right. And then, Calvin, I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. It does make sense. We keep on, I think this meeting is helpful because, one thing that was not clear yesterday, it's much clearer today. And the more we do them, the more, it empowers us. And at least as representative, you want to be asked about the platform and you can preach. I think that's my take of it.
That's right. And sometimes it's not even good to preach. Because if somebody says, do you know Mawere? You don't even have to say, I know him. But they don't see us together. Then he says, how do I trust you that what I give you is going to go where you say it is going to go? And that's why Jesus said, you men of little faith. Yeah? Because you are Jesus and you are asking Jesus.
I think that's one of the other thing, when we were talking about payment system, because you start thinking about those things that if someone gives me money, I really want a system that works, or can you do this? So I think, looking into all of them, that's good, because then we will come up with a system that is good for us. That's good for the community, I suppose.
No, you don't even worry about you, that I'm benefiting. And if you show your benefit from associating with others, that's enough.
I know over here we've started already. We've started benefiting from this group. We've started networking. They're about maybe is it I can't remember in
Miriam, I sent you my conversation with you. The next thing
she contacted me. Then the next thing I contacted one of the guys that was he really needed something from that is Miriam's specialty. So we have started connecting already.
That's right.
Yeah.
And some people didn't even know you exist. And now they know that you exist. Isn't that story there?
Yeah, on networking, we've started benefiting already.
So this side, but talk about the benefits to you, not to other people. And the word I don't like is called we. No, you are not we, you are you. So just talk about things that you know. Don't talk about things that you think others want to know. I know Janet is a philanthropist. She wants to represent people.
She's good at it.
Yeah, she's good. She wants to people to think like, to be smart, to be this, hands-on, to be organized. Yet human beings are random. They're just, we are just random. Expect me to be stupid, Janet. Sometimes even to insult me.
Okay, I just need to take this quickly.
Yeah. So you can insult me without feeling you're insulting me. Just be yourself. All right. So I think Calvin is gone here, and